Hello, and welcome to today's trending contract legal battle set in Whittleton Creek and supplied to us today by Flying Burb. So moving on to our briefing, time to take that lawsuit into our own hands. And moving on to our targets, and today we have 5 of them, along with one objective. So for today's challenge, we'll be starting at the default location, and we'll be bringing with us a proximity taser, a vial of sedative poison, and a silenced pistol. So right from the start and off the bat, we need to do a little bit of legwork first of all. So we need Mr. Batty's outfit before we can commence our eliminations. But before we grab that, we're just going to get rid of a couple of people. So first up is going to be the Exterminator, as he will get in our way a little bit later on. So we're just going to take the opportunity to remove him from the equation nice and early. Now he actually drops a couple of house keys. They will come in pretty much good use, as we need access to both of these two buildings, and those being Mr. Cassidy's house, which is the garage we're in now, and Mr. Batty's garden, which is next door. So we're just going to make our way into Nolan Cassidy's basement. We're going to close the garage door behind us, not the basement, the garage. We're just going to wait for everybody to vacate the kitchen, leaving the one patrolling guard behind, and then when he is on his own, we can turn on and then off again the generator. He's going to come in to investigate, and when he does, we can then render him unconscious, and we will then have the kitchen all to ourselves. So I'm just going to use the car battery here to render him unconscious. We're going to deposit him in the chest freezer provided, and then we can go and collect up Mr. Batty's outfit. But before we do, we're just going to quickly pop into the kitchen, and we're going to take care of the surveillance system. Now the method I'm using is not 100% guaranteed. There is a bug or glitch, I'm guessing, that when we knock everybody out in this room, sometimes someone will spot one of the bodies as they are passing out, and that will cost us our silent assassin rating if they're not one of the targets. So just be aware of that. So once we've taken care of the surveillance system, we're going to make our way out of Mr. Cassidy's property and into Mr. Batty's property, where we will find Mr. Batty alone in his garden. He's going to render him unconscious. We're going to hide him around by the shed. Now we don't actually have to hide him away properly, just out of sight of the garbage man who frequents his garden. So we're going to take Batty's outfit once we've deposited him around by the shed, and we are now all ready and set to take on our targets. So we're going to add our sedative poison to the fumigation machine in the Nolan Cassidy's garden. We're going to hide in the bushes here because there will be one more non-target guard who patrols in the garden area, and it's just going to be easier to render him unconscious out in the garden, as he will be one less pair of eyes in the house who could potentially cost us our silent assassin rating when we knock everybody else out. So now there should only be one person in the house who is not going to be a target. So all we have to do now is await the arrival of Nolan Cassidy and his bodyguard. We have a proximity taser, so we may as well use that as well, as that will also reduce the number of eyes in the room, resulting in a potential loss of silent assassin rating. So we're just going to take our taser, we're going to throw it into the kitchen area just when Mr. the Hammer is in the area. He will hear that and he will go over to investigate, and when he finds the proximity taser, he will crouch down to collect it. It will then detonate and we will be one target down. So because we have closed the garage door for Nolan Cassidy's house, Nolan Cassidy and his bodyguard will now go into the house via the front door, not the garage, which means that they will get all the way into the building and well into where the kitchen is when they discover Mr. the Hammer lying unconscious and unresponsive on the floor. And it's at that point we are going to trigger the fumigation machine. So they're just heading into the house now. They're making their way through the living room. They're going to be heading straight for the kitchen area, and as soon as they discover the body, we are going to turn on the fumigation machine. I'm just going to wait for them to get a little bit closer, and once we've turned on and then off again the fumigation machine, everybody will now be unconscious. We have lost our silent assassin rating, but I'm assuming that one of these guys here, one of our targets, is the one that has spotted a body, and it turns out it was actually Nolan Cassidy's bodyguard. So we're just going to make our way through the house, putting a bullet in each of our targets' heads. There we go, that guy seems to be bulletproof to a certain extent. And with our final target eliminated, all that's left for us to do now is to make good our escape. We're going to go straight out the front door, and we're going to head straight for the nearest available safe exit, which would either be the bridge exit or my favourite, the bus stop exit. So there we go, one more trending contract taken care of, and once we get out of the suburbs we will get confirmation all of our targets have been eliminated according to plan. We met our one and only objective, and we get a silent assassin rating. I have been Anubis, and I will see you all in the next video.